What's going on, Bigfoot world? You know this routine. We're waiting on YouTube. We're gonna get it going, guys. That was quick. What's up? What's going on, Bigfoot world? First things first, guys. Give me thumbs up. Let me know you guys can hear me, see me. Everything's all good. What's going on, Bigfoot world? It's Friday already. That's what's up. I see everybody's getting their notifications. Hopefully, I sent it personally to a few of you guys. I hear you, Kathy. What's going on, Lisa? Lee? Everybody coming in here. That's what's up. Guys, tonight's going to be a little different. It's going to be funny. What's going on, Antoinette? Are you guys getting your notifications? Because I'm so far out of the algorithm. It's sickening. But I'm going to get it back. I'm going to get back into it. As many times as I've been saying in the past year, I'm definitely going to get back into it. But everything's good. You guys can hear me? Everything. That's what's up. Cool. Thanks, Antoinette. At least somebody responding. Y'all conversating with each other. What's going on, Mom? Mom's in the house. I'm just giving a couple minutes, guys. Let everybody get the notifications and join in. Don't forget to hit that bell, man, because you won't get that notifications. Next week, we got Carl coming into the woods with us. That's going to be, I'm excited for that. I can't wait. Slowly getting everything together, all the snake chaps, all that. I'm getting the batteries charged up. Man, I'm ready for you, Carl. I know you're in here watching. Let's get it, man. Let's hit them woods. We're about to have some fun. I'm definitely excited about that. That's going to be next weekend. This weekend, I'm going to be into the woods all this weekend. It's going to be 80s all week. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. And then next week, I don't care, rain, sleet, or snow. We're going to be out there. We're going to hit some spots. And you guys are going to finally get to meet Carl. As much as I've been talking to him, he's like my little guardian angel. I swear. It's like once it's coincidental, but when 4 or 5 times when somebody's in distress and this person just keep reaching out and picking you up, that's not a coincidence. That's that's crazy. That blew my mind every time he does it. It got to the point where it's like, let me guess, man. You had this feeling. He just, but it is what it is, and I really appreciate you guys being in my life like that. That means a lot. That's a lot of love, more than you guys would ever know. But everybody's getting the notifications. That's what's up. What's up, Sharon? Sharon's in the house. Rob, what's up, man? But guys, listen. I'm gonna say it in the beginning. My girl came to me with this idea. She got two challenges for this weekend. All right. The first challenge, I don't know what either one of them are because she said, and you know, when people say, trust me, it's usually not fucking good. So this got to be bad. But she said, trust me, if I tell you what it is, you're not going to do it. So we're going to find out what it is together. I can't. I've been trying to question it, and that's like beat around the bush. Give me a hint. What is it? But these challenges, we're gonna find out what they are together, and I hope it ain't what I think it is, man. It could be anything. It could really be anything. We'll get into that. We'll check that out here in a couple of minutes. But the first challenge, her idea was, or our idea, she came up with it. I think it was brilliant, but I don't know about the challenges because she went and ordered them and got them behind my back type of shit. No, I'm going to do it. Whatever the challenge is, she said two challenges, right? Did you check into the nut challenge? I did, and I ordered them, but I couldn't get them here in time. Them are the world's hottest peanuts, man, and that's probably gonna be next week's challenge. Maybe, maybe if they come, because we keep ordering this weird shit online, and for some reason, we ordered it next day, like next day shipping, and they canceled the order and kept $1. They sent the money back all but $1 and canceled the order. Like I'm getting sick of Amazon. They're on my nerves. But anyways, Bigfoot World, the first 5 people to hit the Cash App, we're going to do the first challenge, and we're going the first 10 people to hit the Cash App, or not the Cash App. Is it the Cash App? Yeah, the Cash App. The first 10 people, if we actually get 10 people tonight that hits the Cash App, we're going to a more extreme challenge. So I'm kind of scared. I'm nervous. She won't tell me. She keeps saying, if I tell you what it is, you're not going to do it. So we're going to find out what these challenges are together. But that's the thing is, there's, there is 5 levels to them nuts. And we ordered the zero point 0.3 for next week. But the first 5 people, 3.0, that's what it is, 3.0 nuts. But anyways, the first 5 people to hit the Cash App, we're going to do the first challenge. What's the first challenge? You're whispering here. Just give me one. Oh, yeah, I knew it was going to be bad. She took it out the bag. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
There's one of each in this one.
If this is the first one, I don't want to see the second one.
There's one of each in
Hazardous toxic waste. Where's my glasses? She trying to kill me, y'all. Are you guys watching this? She trying to kill me. The first one, I think I seen videos on this. Toxic waste. It's supposed to be the world's sourest candy. And I'm going to put this in my mouth. This is the first 5 people. 4 people because Sherry just hit it. That's what's up, Sherry. I see you. I appreciate that. But the world's sourest candy on the first one. First ones that make it to 5 on the Cash App. The link is down below. Oh, shit. Guys, do not make it to 10. I'll do the 5. Don't make it to 10. These damn things are moving. They're moving, guys. Let me see them, man. I knew she gonna do some dumb shit. Well, I agree to this. I don't know about continue with the hot stuff. I think I'd rather do the one chip than what I think I seen. She put them in a bowl and they're moving. I hope they're not maggots. I don't even want to look. Bigfoot World, do not hit that 10. Let's see it. Let's see the more extreme challenge. These things are moving. I am going to tell you. I'm going to show you. These things are moving. Damn right I ain't going to do it. That's why she ain't tell me. She ain't lied. These are mealworms. And they're crawling. These things are alive. Can you die from eating mealworms? A lot of what? Protein. That's not easy.
Protein.
These things are like maggots, man. There's a. He grabbed me. He grabbed me again. That shit grabbed me. They got hands? These fucking things got hands? Yeah, here, take
You
these.
can't see.
Take these things. I ain't doing that, guys. Don't hit the 10. 5 is cool. We're gonna get some supplies for this weekend. We're gonna get some. What all we need? Batteries and shit. Gas. I'm not eating no damn mealworms. Why would you do that? These things are crawling. They grab me with their hands. They got freaking hands. Mealworms got hands. Ooh, don't do that. Oh, you gonna set me up for failure on live stream. I would be okay with these toxic waste things, but she got me putting some worms in my mouth. Who wanted to take my place? Things we do for y'all. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think she paid me back, guys. She said, watch this one. She probably got all her friends watching this shit too. Donating. Here's $1. Here, eat it. I don't know, guys. But anyways, that's that. Let's just forget about even talking about it. It's cool. It's cool. Nobody hits it. I'm happy on this one. Because them things are moving and they're just going around the damn bowl. That's just funny. You know, people like me don't be eating. I'm not Survivor, man. I hunt Bigfoot. I don't go Survivor in the woods. I bring TV dinners to the woods. Survivor man's out there digging in bark, eating them things right there, just crunching them, talking about that shit's good. That's not good. Hey Google, where my phone at? Can I die from eating mealworms? She trying to kill me? Google won't even answer me. She don't know. Hey Google, can I die from eating mealworms?
According to WebMD, they conducted thorough scientific research and discovered that the microbes in mealworms' gut system don't pose any health risks to humans. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, insects are considered food if that is their intended use.
Mealworms is considered food? I wish I would. Not in this life. That's some weird shit, guys. I didn't know we was in for a surprise on that one. I would say it would have to be every bit of 10 before I put any one of them things in my body or mouth. And that's a good one. We're gonna talk about that after this live stream. I feel like she don't like me no more, guys. I feel like she hates me right now. Man, but Bigfoot World, check this out. This weekend, I'm off. Everything doing good, man. Everything real good. I'm back to work. I got a real good job, 40 hours a week. Everything's finally coming slowly. It's healthier than them chips. I'd rather do a hot chip. I'd rather do 3 out of them hot chips than to put something crawling in my mouth. That's just the thought of it, the crunch. They got that shell. I touched it, and then they grab my freaking thumb. What if I start grabbing my teeth or my tongue and ooh, just the thought of it, man. That's not good. That could you eat one? Who could eat one? You want to eat one, Kathy? I'll mail you some. Send me your address. I'll ship you some mealworms and send me a video of you eating these things. I don't think y'all's gonna do it. You can say they're full of protein. I said I'm not Survivor, man. I hunt Bigfoot. Let them bug out. Is that right? I'm not eating that shit. They set me up. Cornmeal and fried them. I'm not. They just said, yeah. Siri said that it's for food. Who in their right mind is going to eat some damn mealworms for food? Besides Survivor Man and the other dude, Les Stroud and I don't know, man. They be doing that shit for the fun of it, like it's good. I don't see how that thing is good. That's different. It caught me off guard with that one. All the way from northern Spain. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's like halfway across the world. we do have people all the way around the world on here watching, and that's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing. We get to learn from each other. You know what I mean? What's going on in your neck of the woods, and not just what's going on in mine. And I'm glad. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I did create the Friday Night Live. Is just because y'all, everybody out there is having different experiences, one thing or another going on around you, and it's good to get on here and just like reminisce. This is what's going on in my neck of the woods, type of shit, and you learn what's going on in the world, like firsthand almost.
South Louisiana.
All the way from Louisiana. Right? Moyland, that's my spot. I think out of all of them, I gotta say, when it comes to like the paranormal and the Bigfoot together combined, the cave. That cave was, man, that you got to be a certain kind of person to spend a night in that cave. We tried it twice and like succeeded once. No, we tried it 3 times and made it the whole night once. And that's because most of the night we stayed at the entrance. We didn't. We would go do a tour through the cave, and then we go back up to the entrance and sit for a couple hours. Go down through a tour and see what's going on. That is, but the rest of the times we tried to stay down in it, and they chased us out. Whether that little girl saying "mommy" or the monkey sounds at down one chamber, it was just it was so frightening. And then we couldn't find our way out because we was looking for the light, and it was already dark by the time we. It was just a bad night. I'm sure you guys watched that video. Frogman, they gotta fill you in on what's going on. She trying to get me to eat some freaking worms. Some damn worms, man. Mealworms. From the coast of northern Spain. I bet you do. I seen a lot of crazy shit coming out of Carnarville Mountains, man, when it comes to the UFOs and encounters. I mean, I tell people about it, and they just, I think I told you guys about it a few, it was a while ago. It was a few months ago. I used to sit on my back porch, and there's this, it's an old stone quarry, right? That's supposed to be a stone quarry, but like certain nights of the week, mostly like Wednesdays and maybe Fridays or Saturdays, you'll see a light. Sometimes a light will come up from that stone quarry and it'll hover there and it'll move over to the right. And then maybe 5, 10 minutes later, there'll be sets of 4 lights come up. There'll be a group of 4 and they'll go up and they'll hover up there for like 5 minutes and then they'll move over and they'll keep doing that. So there's like 20 or 30 of them up there. And then they follow the river down. They follow the river out. They'll when they start moving, they shut their lights out. And then once they get like outside of the Carnesville, outside of city limits, then they power back up and then they just keep following that river. And it's crazy. It's an amazing thing to watch. You know what they are. Just hovering like that. There ain't no way in hell that there's that many helicopters coming out of the ground like that at that time of the night. Common sense will tell you that much. You're all the way a half a mile from me. If that, it's going to the right. Frogman fired it up, guys. Frogman fired it up. I'm thanking you guys for not hitting that PayPal because shit, I already showed you guys what it is. That's not good. I'm glad I said 10 people because there ain't no way in hell there's going to be 10 people hitting this PayPal for that. Used to overbuy and we would get little critters in there. Right, I hear you. Ah, damn. It sounds like you're from the project, Sherry. Just pluck them out the cereal box and just keep on going with it with some sugar water. You brought back some old memories. But I hear you, man. Times get hard. Times get hard sometimes. Man, Mike was terrified in that cave. It's funny you said that. You know what? If you notice, Jeff and Mike ain't been back to the woods. We had this encounter, man. It was bad. It wasn't bad, but it was exciting to me, but it terrified the shit out of them. We was going through Bigfoot land. I wanted to get back in there pretty far before I started filming. I didn't even take nothing out the backpack. And we was walking through the maze area like I always do in Bigfoot land. And we get all the way toward the back, and we came out into that open and crossed over and went down in between two rocks, and that's when shit happened. There was, to our right there was something going on, and to the left, and they was talking back and forth to each other, and Jeff tried to take off running back toward me, and I kind of like snatched him up, and bear hug. That's the worst thing to do when a wild animal is run away from it, turn your back on it. But they was like 10 feet on each side of us, and they was talking back and forth to each other like they was arguing. Mike's looking at me like, that, get me the F out of here. I'm done. Yeah, they was almost crying. Dude, they was shaking. And I said, just, it's not for us. Just back up. Let's just back out. And that's what we did. I was holding on to them because they wanted to run, and we just backed in out of it, just away from the shit. It's like we walked out into a fight. It sounded like these two on each side of us were about to freak each other up, and we walked into the middle of it. It's what it sounded like. It's what it felt like. It's the vibes that I got. Like they about to throw down, and we just stepped in the middle of this shit. But I grabbed him and we backed out, and we like went in backwards like 20 feet, 30 feet, and then we hauled ass. I told them just go, run for the Jeep. And they bolted, never came back since. I begged Mike, like, listen, Mike, I'm off Sunday. Let's hit them woods, man. The fans miss you. They want to see you. They want to know where you're at. And he'll make up, yeah, all right, that sounds good. I'll be there. We'll go. As long as it's daytime, I'll go. And then Saturday morning, I'm calling him. He don't answer. He'll forward my call, text me back. Like 10 times I call him, and then finally he sent a text, I'm getting my hair cut. Like, we didn't have this plan. You know what I mean? He's just so scared to go. I can't get either one of them back into the woods. I tried a few different times over the years since that happened, and they won't go back. It's like that moment killed them forever. I like permanently scared them from the forest. And that's sad. It sucks that I did that. I didn't really do it. They did it, but I'm the one that got them out into that and seeing them. They seen them more than enough, experienced them more than enough. But when they was that close on each side of us, that what broke them. That's what's like, they gonna rip us apart. I kind of felt like they was about to rip us apart too, but I knew it wasn't for me. The way they was at each other back and forth, and I was more worried about the kids. I got my kids in the middle of this shit is what I'm thinking. I just messed up. So I grabbed them and backed out as fast as I got in there. I backed out. We didn't end up filming nothing that day. We were just so shook up. We didn't film anything. That's what's up, Sherry. You just became a little helper, joining in. That's what's up. Just became that member. That's good. That's some good shit. But that was Jeff and Mike's last experience out there, and they ain't been back since at all. I even tried. I told him like a month ago. It's like, I'm planning before this summer is over. Me and Sheila's going back to Sheila's world, and I want you guys to go with us so we can like split off and go do our thing. You can film up over one side, and I get the other side, and we'll see what happens on both sides of the creek or whatever. And they just excused their way out of it, but it's cool. It's cool. Ain't nothing I'm gonna do to change the way they feel on that one. And not to mention Mike with his I know you guys remember that video. We're all in the cave huddled down overnight in Bigfoot land. That's the name of the video. We was all in the tent, and it was me, Fred, me, Mike, Jeff, and then Fred was over on the other side. And we're sitting there talking, just laughing, carrying on, just not even thinking about Bigfoot, not thinking about anything. We just bullshitting, laughing. Mike was cracking us up with his jokes. And like for first half hour, 45 minutes in there, we started hearing cracking down to our right. Like it was getting closer and closer, but it wasn't like stomping. It was just like a break here, and then a couple minutes later you hear a break there. But the breaks kept getting closer. You know what I mean? We didn't pay no mind. Mike had us cracking up. Jeff was following along with Mike's shit. And as you know, there's this big, massive hand came down right beside me on top of Mike's head, and I froze. I watched everything. I watched it go down. I couldn't even smack the hand. I couldn't pull Mike toward me. I just sat there and looked at it like I was froze. You know what I mean? And my son's about to get snatched up. He is getting the whole hand is over his head, right down through the tent. Like the tent was pushing down. You could see the hand and everything. And I froze. I looked over at Fred and his jaw's down on his lap, like, and the camera is outside the tent on the cooler, laying on the cooler. I was scared to unzipping the tent to reach out and grab it so I could start filming that shit. That was that was crazy. That was a crazy, crazy night. There was so many different encounters in Bigfoot land. All the spots I go to, really, we had a lot of encounters, and I think that's why I've been just sticking with them same spots, like Moyland, Bigfoot land, the ravine. I ain't been to the ravine in a while. The maze, I ain't been up there since I got attacked by that koi wolf or whatever it is, coyote wolf. It was big, and it came at me to kill my ass. Because who seen that video? That was an interesting video. I'm trying to find the maze. I'm walking across there looking at the maze, and I see this wee little tiny puppy, right? Oh, look at that fox. And I'm filming it, walking down toward it. Pretty fox. And I get maybe 10 feet away, and it's just a puppy, and he's eating shit off the ground. And I finally get up on top of it. It's like, wait a minute. I don't think that's a fox. I don't think that's a fox at all. And while I'm saying that, I see a flash of red to my left, like I'm corner my eye in the weeds, and it took off quick out around me. I didn't put two and two together. That's the thing's mom. You know what I mean? But it didn't, there was no encounter with it that time. I walked away from it. It went down in a hole, and I walked away, headed back toward the maze. Well, I came out around a boulder, and then I heard that thing, whoa, 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 and it was getting closer. And then I'm coming around this rock, and it came around the other side of the rock, and we face to face. He looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, I'm deepest voice I could. I was hollering. You watched the video. I'm hollering at it, get back up, and it kept coming at me. It came around and started coming at me like whoa, whoa, kept making that sound, and I could see in his face that it's going to turn my ass up. It is about to go down. So there was a log running up a rock, and I started backing up that log, and I'm looking. I had a little tiny can of people mace, just a regular can of pepper spray in my pocket, and I'm finding everything, my keys, everything but my pocket. I threw my keys at him, trying to scare him down off the log, and I finally find that mace, right? And I spray down off that log and spray him, and then it yelped a little bit and bolted. That little can of mace saved my ass, man. From that point on, I ain't never went back to them woods unarmed. I will never do it. That thing wanted me, and it was coming to kill me. It was not a doubt about it. It was on film, everything. And you guys seen it. That thing was coming after me. You mess with a little cub, that mom's tearing that ass up, and I learned the hard way. That's something I will never do again. I don't care if it's a fox, coyote, wolf, tiger, lion. I'm not messing with no damn cubs because their moms are pretty big. Their moms don't play. All right, Bigfoot World, let me get caught up on you guys' comments real quick. Right? I'm telling you, I'm not trusting them for. If I'm starving, I'll eat them, Lee. I don't know, man. I think I'll find something else to eat before I eat something that's crawling like that. It grabbed me. A kid eating a slug and his brain rotted, and dogs died from eating slugs.
Thank God you're not eating a slug.
I'm glad there ain't no slugs, right? Shit, they trying to kill me. Frogman, the first 10 people that hit the Cash App, they got me eating some damn worms, man. Can you believe that shit? I seen you was late to the party. You missed that. Sherry says, my grandma used to overbuy. Oh, yeah, I seen all that. So I'm way too far up. You remember the night mission? The trees was clanging together. That was the night. Yeah, that was a crazy video. That blew my mind. What the fuck was that? Oh, shit. Something just came through my damn wall. We're talking about ghosts and shit, and that shit happened. Oh man, I'm too old for this. I'm gonna check the Cash App real quick, guys. Make sure. Yeah, definitely hit that like button, guys. Did you hear that, Lee? It's just crazy. Listen, that I'm not trying to get sidetracked. What was I talking about before? That the what?
Trees climbing.
Oh, the tree clanging, and then remind me about the sounds in the house. That video you was talking about, that was Into the Woods with Deb. When Deb tried to kill me, was talking about I was a witch killer or witch hunter, and they sent to kill me before I killed them. She came all the way from like Alabama or Tennessee or some shit just to kill me. But that thing made TV. That whole shit made TV. She's talking in different voices, but the weird shit I seen and experienced that night, my whole family, Mike, Jeff, Fred, we all experienced that night. We had a sighting that night of a white Bigfoot, fully white Sasquatch jump 20 feet down off a rock. No, over about 20 feet from one rock to another, and then about another 10, 15 feet down, and then took off running as he was hollering like he stumped his toe and shit. And she's back in 50 feet behind us, waving her hands around at some tree stuff. I'm not bashing nobody, but and then the weirdest thing I seen her do, we was like talking shit on her, walking ahead of her, like pretty much leaving her back there. Well, there was a point when I turned around and I was looking at her, and she put her hand to a rock face. She was talking to a rock face, and then I watched her put her whole hand up to like the most of her, almost to her elbow, halfway up from the elbow. And she reached all the way into the rock face and pulled out, talking about, look at the serpent people. Did you just see what I seen, Mike? Hey, Fred, come and watch this. I mean, that was a wild night. And then she was talking in like 3 or 4 different languages, voices. It was a wild night. But we took off. A couple things happened that night. We took off, left the camp, and went walking. And we come walking down deeper in the deep side of the forest. And next thing you know, in front of us, these 2 trees started clanging, like these 3-inch trees started clanging to each other, bouncing off each other. Nothing there, nothing around it. It just. So I said, let's go back to camp. Turned back around and started walking back toward camp. And the 2 trees on that side started clanging together, right? We took off, man. This some spooky shit. Dev's talking about the Bigfoot are underground pulling the roots. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? These things are clanging together. But we went back. He had a bear on his ass that you're talking about another time, Mom, with the banana bread and the pecan pie. And when that bear tried to kill me, that's another night. But we went back to the tent and sat there for a couple hours. And then I got bored sitting there listening to everybody's bullshit. So we decided to go for another hike. All right. Well, this garbage bag that I had full of garbage, we sat there and munched out on chips and sandwiches and shit. So I put all the garbage in this bag and I tied it up a couple times and I set it out beside this tree. We started walking maybe an hour. We went for like an hour walk, maybe. We came back to the camp to the tent, and the bag was untied, opened up, and like ransacked. No holes in it, no breaking it apart. They untied my knots and left it set there wide open. That blew my mind. I got it on video before when it was tied and putting it by the tree. And when we came back, the bag sitting there up against that tree untied. That was the overnight in Bigfoot land. All that in one night. The same night, Mike dropped my camera when we was running through the woods trying to run back to the camp. Mike dropped my camera, $600 camera. I make him go back. Well, I wait till like crack it when it started getting daylight around 6 a.m. And me and Mike took off, went walking to go get my camera and my batteries. And it's like one straight shot out. You guys see when I leave Bigfoot land, it's one straight shot out pretty much. We got out of that tent and walked straight out. And somehow we did some Blair Witch bullshit. Me and Mike come back past the tent, straight shot out, and somehow we didn't make no turns, no roundabouts, nothing of that. And somehow managed to come back past the tent again. Blew my mind. And it's on film. It's actually on film. Actually, I remember Lee leaving a comment where I think like a couple seconds into us walking out, you can hear something run up behind us, run up on us and shit, and just stop right there behind us. And we didn't even see it or hear it. That was weird. That blew my mind to go back and see that. We had some crazy experiences on the hunt for Sasquatch, and you come running into some other shit that you have no idea nothing about. The three-toed tracks. Who can tell me what them was? And why did they federally restrict that land and seal up all their mines? Put all them cameras up there a weekend after I found them. I mean, I'm not the brightest, but I can put A, B together and see what they're doing. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that shit out. They don't want you interacting with whatever them left them tracks. Remember in the same spot, Jeff's talking about, Dad, they said caca. It made that shirt. We made that shirt. That was at the cave. It sounded like a pterodactyl. It really did. I've seen the eyes shine in the bone cave. I seen the eyes shine in the maze when I was crawling. That maze blew my mind. The very first time we found that maze, let me tell you about that shit. Me and Fred was just exploring some the whole new side. It was above the ravine, and we came across that crack in the wall, and we decided to take it. It was like a zigzag maze. It blew my mind. It was beautiful. And when we got to the back, we seen that little hole carved out into the bottom of that rock. And it's like, Fred, this remind me of like a gorilla exhibit, like a zoo. This is like a habitat. I got a feeling like we're in a gorilla zoo, in a gorilla's habitat. But we walk up to that hole, and I go to shine my light in, and this acorn come flying out the hole, and right past my face. And I looked at Fred, and Fred put his hands up, like, what are we doing? And I ran. I left him. That's the only thing I can think of. There ain't no animal was going to throw something with an acorn and pounce off him choo, right past me and bounced off of Fred in his chest. I left him. I was so gone. I freaked. Gone. You remember that frog, man? Dad, they said caca. It sounded like a pterodactyl, but it was whatever that thing is. The tracks are like 16, 18 inches long and three-toed tracks. Look like a dinosaur tracks. The experiences, man. That's what keeps me going back out there. Something may calm my damn phone. That's what definitely keeps me going back out. But anyways, before I forget, I was going to tell you, Lee, the experience I have here. She'll be at work, right? I was sitting here in the dining room, and I heard this bang, this crash upstairs in the room above me. It was pow. I was scared for a minute, right? I'm sitting here like I'm here by myself. It's just me and her. She's at work. Who's that? Who's in my house? So I go upstairs, right? I go in every room. Nothing's on the floor. No cats knock nothing over. Nothing's nowhere, right? So I come back out of my office. Well, the baby's room now is supposed to be my office, but the baby's taking that shit over. I go into that room, and up in the attic, boom, then steps going across the attic. Dude, I ain't never went so fast down them steps. This thing here has some power. To do that shit, there's nobody up there. The latch is locked on the attic door on the outside. So when I shut the attic, I can latch it. There's nothing that went up there. And that bang and then footsteps going across the attic floor, I was gone. I got 3 dogs and they was hiding. Big dogs. There's the Cookie's like the killer. You know how Cookie is. And then the 2 big, almost like boxer pit bull type muscle bound dogs, they was running hiding. So I wasn't messing with it. If they wasn't messing with it, I wasn't messing with it. I left until she came home from work. I was out on the porch. Hey, go check the house out. I sent a 7-month pregnant girl in there to check the house out. I was too scared. Pour some rock salt along the floor in front of the door. What's that going to do? I think you need some like sage or something. I don't think sage going to help this thing. This thing walked across the floor like loud footsteps, like so you can hear the weight on the floor, on the hardwood floor. Blew my mind, man. That's some scary shit. Sunshine Baker, you done missed everything, man. Mama, go take a nap, man, and catch up with it later. Jesus works the best. You're right about that. You're right about that. Pray. But I ain't think to do nothing but run. When that shit happened, all I said was go. Oh, you're good, man. I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing sunshine. The hole disappeared. Man, I tried to find that hole 3 or 4 times, and then finally, everybody was saying they filled it in. They filled it in. But I couldn't comprehend that they really filled the shit in because of the magnitude, the size of that hole. It was unbelievable, man. That hole was every bit 50 yards across, 50 by 50 yards, easy. Half a football field, easy, big. And they gonna come in and just bulldozer that shit in and just plow it in. I don't see that shit happening. I don't see that happening. Oh, Kathy, Sunshine Baker. The challenge for the night is the first 10 people that hit the Cash App, they got me eating some worms. The first 5 people that hit the Cash App, I'd be eating the world's sour as candy, hazardous, toxic waste. It sounds like some toxic waste. It don't sound healthy. Before I end the live stream, I'll check the Cash App and see how many there is and go from there. Everything's going for new equipment pretty much. We got everything we need for the baby and shit. Almost. We still need some. You can never be ready, fully ready. I'm just kidding myself pretty much. But we got a good start. You send me a message, I'll check it out. Oh, the bugs. Yeah. You the one give her the idea then. Because, man, she got some. You didn't see them? Let me see them things. Look at these things, man. I need to fix the camera anyways. She got me eating these things. They moving. They look like maggots moving. I couldn't even. Here, you can have these things back. Put them things over there. You don't. I don't know about that one, guys. I'd rather stick with these. I'll eat the whole. I got 3 containers of these things. I'd rather eat all 3 of these than one of those. Them things. Ooh. I hope y'all don't hit that shit because I ain't trying to eat no worms. She said, trust me, your fans will love it. If I tell you what they are, you ain't gonna eat it. You ain't gonna do it. She ain't said eat it. You ain't gonna do it if I tell you what it is. And she probably right. She ain't lying. Any sign of the air shaft? It's still there. Like that's what we're talking about. The air. I mean the hole. They filled that hole in. The size, the biggest that thing was, they went and found the soil, the dirt. I don't know what all they put in there to fill that massive hole in, but they did it. I finally realized that they filled that shit in. In the smaller holes, they put them cages down over top, big solid steel, mounted them in cages, and then the front entrance they barricaded it all the way up with cement and that sheet tin. They went through great lengths to keep us out and that thing in, whatever it is. Which house did they? No, the hole at the cave. When I found them 3-toe tracks out there, they sealed everything up, fairly restricted all that out there, put cameras all through it. That's what I was thinking. They went through, man. And then how did they get the equipment up there to do that? Because there's a rock face. There's a whole rock face. You got to climb up through there to even get up there. How did they get a damn heavy equipment to listen? They went through a lot of work to do what they did. They really did. And you guys seen that firsthand just watching my videos walking through there. They went through a lot to seal that up, to really seal it up. And then threaten you on top of it. How much? 6 years in jail if you get caught inside there or some shit. That sign said. It's crazy. These crawly things are very good for you. I'm gonna send you some, Kathy. Just send me your address. I'm gonna put them in an envelope, and I'll ship them to you. And you send me a video of you eating them. If you survive it, I hope that wasn't the Cash App. These. Huh. You blew my mind with that one, huh? Maybe. No, you can see the tracks. There's tracks up there. There's a tractor tracks, the belt tracks. There's big tracks up there. They had heavy equipment up there. I just don't know how they got it up there. Let me get caught up on you guys. Next time I go knock on the steel door. I'm probably going up that way this weekend. There's between two places. I don't want to tell you which is which because I got friends that just show up and not good friends either. They be showing up talking about private property. You ain't allowed over here. Listen, you ain't gonna believe me. You ain't gonna believe me, Akron. But the state game land, Area 51. Yeah, you can look on Google Earth, state game land, Area 51 in Collinsville, Pennsylvania. That'll blow your mind. You'll never give me your address. That's fine. That's okay. That's cool. I don't want to eat them just as well as you don't. I don't think they're going to hear it because on what they did was, if you remember, they put 2 rows of that sheet metal, whatever, up, and then they filled the inside up with concrete the whole way up. So it's like one big concrete wall, in between the 2 layers of sheet steel, whatever you want to call it. They went through. They went through great lengths to seal that up. All the other caves that they ever sealed up, they put them bars across there so the bats can come in and out. This is one solid sheet the whole way up, and it's 50 feet up. That cave entrance is 50 feet high, easy, and they sealed it the whole way up. Still doors shutting. Nah, I can't say I have. I've heard some weird shit though, like vibrating, humming. And it gets louder, like it's about to take, like a UFO about to take off. Up there behind the waterfall, up on top of the waterfall, there's an old um, underground military silo type. I filmed it a few times up there, and there's always crazy sounds coming from that. Fred been for years trying to talk me into going in there and checking it out, and I just ain't got the kahunas to pull something like that. That's a whole nother level of crazy to do some shit like that. But I'll go up there one day and maybe film around the top of it and see what's going on in the area, see if there's any activity up that way, see what's really good. You know what I mean? They are Antoinette for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, for many reasons. If you guys remember my last channel, Bigfoot in the Hole, I got that. Me and Jeff and Mike walked up to that little hole in the rock face, and there's a Bigfoot in there just looking out at us. And Mike seen it first. I couldn't see it from the angle I was in. There was me and Jeff and then Mike. And Mike sounded off first, talking about, Dad, there's something in there. You need to see this. And I was like, I didn't see nothing but black. I was like, all right, Mike, if there's something in there, I got the camera in there. I got it on film. We'll get it. He's like, no, Dad, there's something in there. And so then Jeff sounded off, hey, there is something in there, Dad. So I stepped over where Mike was, and there it was. He like cocked his head sideways. He had his hands down between his legs and squatted down, just looking out at us. And then when we make eye contact, he cocked his head sideways, and I dropped everything, and I grabbed the kids and ran. I ran all the way up on top of the hill, the boulder or whatever I was on, got them up where I felt like they were safe. And then like a dumbass, I went back down around to film it. I was like, I got to get this on film. I can't mess this up. So I walked back up like we originally did, like It didn't come out the first time. Maybe I can actually get it on film. So I went up there. I walked up to the cave, and when I leaned over to where Mike was, that thing juked at me, like it flinched at me, and I fell back on my back and got up and took off running and got the kids. And I just left it alone. Like he let me know that he gonna jack me up if I keep playing with him. And I'm losing my voice already. It's only been an hour. I'm usually good for a couple hours, anyways, but not tonight. But anyways, damn. After that happened, uh, my channel got hacked. That whole channel got locked up, freezed up. My ad revenue was gone, and I was trying to get in contact with customer support. And while I was doing that, the whole channel ended up deleted, gone, disappeared. Like, who got the power to do that shit? No one got no passwords but me, and it was just gone. So I had to start a whole nother channel. My very first video on this channel, the very first video, me going back out, like dusting my knees off and getting back out there. The very first video on this channel is us down in a ravine, and these 3 Blackhawks come in on us within 5 or 6 minutes of us being down there, and they circle over top of us real low, and they cock sideways, and they're going in circles, fully loaded with missiles, dude hanging out the side with M16s and shit. It got real, man. And it got so real, I was hiding everything in my pockets. I started burying shit because I thought they were sending like a grounds team through there to get us or whatever, because they stayed right over top of us and just kept circling us for 16 minutes. So I uploaded that video, and only 3 minutes of the video uploaded. Like the last 3 minutes of that whole video uploaded when they just came in, circled around, and left. So I said, all right, guys, I'm gonna wait about 3-4 videos, and I'm gonna post it again, and I'm gonna name it Nothing. All right. When I named it Nothing, they posted the whole thing. Everything was up. I can't believe my voice is leaving. In certain areas I go to now, I get like threats talking about they're gonna serve me. I go up in there again, I'm gonna serve you. It's private property, you're going to jail. But it's to the point where in the same area that this person's talking about, they got geocaches up in there where you can go up and hunt geocache. So what gives them people the right of way to go look for a container in the woods compared to me just walking through the woods filming? What's the difference? You know what I mean? We're still going into the mountain, but it is what it is. It's like some hypocritical shit going on there, in my opinion. A lot has happened in these last few years, in this travel of Bigfoot. You tell them to come see for themselves. That's why I'm taking Carl this next weekend. I'm trying to get Carl some experiences out there. I always have him. Well, I can't. It's coming up, so you'll learn where we're going. But in the areas that I go to, I always have some kind of interaction one way or the other. So that's probably where we're going to be going. And it's probably going to be up there. I wanted to like check out most of the spots with him, and save that one for last, a little later in the evening when it's starting to get dark and when they're starting to come out, type of deal. She's cooking good. She's happy. It'll be fun, right? That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have some fun. I'm just thinking. I'm overthinking. Coming up with some ideas and plans what we're gonna do. All right, Bigfoot World. It's about that time, so I'm gonna go ahead and check the cash out. See if we got 5 or we got 10 we got any at all. Once I find a lighter, I'm kind of nervous. I really hope they ain't 10 for once because the eat some worms. Why? I don't know about the worm, but I'm gonna check it though. Definitely gonna check it. Nope. I lucked out on this trip. No worm from me. I need to start talking to him. Chocolate covered worms, I ain't gotta eat them. I don't even gotta look at them. There ain't none, no cash apps. That's what's up. That's what's up. For once, I'm happy. But, you know what I mean? At the same time, we could use the equipment. I already ordered a stabilizer and what is it? The light mount. I ordered a light mount and a stabilizer. Thanks to Carl. Carl struck again on that one. Oh, I do. When I know he's there, I definitely talk to him. I do. When I know he's getting too close and I talk to him. I should get Carl to do a challenge with me. Nah, no, we just going to have a good time. We ain't going to do no overnight or nothing like that. We're just going to go out, check the spots out, and just have fun. Carl does more than enough to be out there doing that, doing some kind of crazy challenge. Leave the challenge to me. I'll do all the challenges, like one I just got out of with these worms. You don't hear me talking to him? Yeah, well, I'll tell them when they scare me. If I feel like they scare me, I'll definitely tell them for sure. I always talk to them. But if it's just a noise or a knock, I don't know what it is. I pretty much just call it out and keep it moving for the most part. That's my habit. I know you guys get mad when I do that, but it's like a natural reaction. Oh shit, there's a knock over there. There's a whoop. Did you hear the whoop? And the camera don't hear anything. I'm hearing all this shit going on around me, and the camera just ain't picking nothing up. So I'm gonna see about, and I can't even see about a new mic because every YouTuber out there tries different mics, different ways, different things to help pick up sound, and it's just no beating that. If you ain't on top of that mic, you just ain't hearing it. It's gotta be super loud. You know what I mean? Them often distance knocks, you just ain't never gonna hear them. Give a knock once in a while. Yeah, but I feel like when I knock at them, at these ones, the ones at the waterfall, when I feel like when I knock, it lets them know that I know about them. You know what I mean? That's why I'm knocking because I know about them and they know that I know. And you know what I mean? My brain starts working like that and I panic. I go into anxiety and I just want to leave. What video was that on? Oh, that was the bone cave. That was the bone cave. Some behind me. You didn't hear that over there? There's some knocking over there. No, that I would never be able to afford that right now. Maybe by next spring I can invest in a night vision. I've always wanted it. I've had one. I ended up in the beginning hurting for money and ended up pawning it and never got it back. but I plan on getting it back. You hear me, Gene? I'm gonna be getting that equipment back. Yeah, because I pawned the Gene like a year or two ago and never got it. I ended up never getting it back, but I do need to get that back. There's a lot of good equipment there, and one of them was a good, expensive night vision camera. Spiders, listen, man. I'm glad you said that because that's what one of the things she ordered was a damn tarantula for me to eat. She wanted me to do a challenge to eat this tarantula on live stream, and I was like, "What the hell, man? You trying to kill me? I'm not surviving, man. I hunt Bigfoot. I'll be eating that survival shit. You might see me eating beef jerky once in a while, not learning some things that's crawling in a bowl." In that bone cave, that place is polluted with black widows. There's that whole front entrance is nothing but black widows. And I think and when you go around into the back of it where I leave the peanut butter and I go in and all them bones are stocked up in between them rocks, I think there's a chamber. I think it goes in and up. I've always thought that, and I always got the feeling because when I look up, I can feel there's something like there's something up there. Like there's something up there. You can feel it in your body, and there's another layer. It like wraps around, and it comes. There's a whole nother room up above that, and I think that's where like the sleeping quarters, and I think they're just throwing the bones down, and that's how they're getting wedged in between them two rocks right there when they're throwing them down off. That's just my theory. I ain't really got the balls. I ain't got it. Like the fear says when I look up in there and I think to climb up in there and check it out, this fear takes over my body. Don't do it. Don't even put your head up there. It could be a panther, a mountain lion. It could be anything. Don't put your head up there. So I just never had the balls to get up in there and check it out. But there is another layer up there. If somebody want to come and got the kahunas, we could walk up there and you can climb up in there and holler if you need me. I'll be up there at the vehicle. Let me check up. Let me get caught up on you guys' comments. Justin Bieber running through the woods. I was running. That's funny. Something's going on around me, Lee. Some of them did up on the top. Akron, I ain't gonna lie. Some of them bones did. I said that. I said like that's a jawbone. They look like what is that long bone, your shin bone, or whatever. There's a couple of them I thought that crossed my mind, but I didn't want to say anything. I just left it at that. I think I did say the jawbone a couple times. Every time I go down there, that's the first thing catches my eye. It looked like a whole side jawbone with no teeth. And I seen deer. I seen all that. There is deer in there mixed in with it. There's antlers. There's all kind of skulls, and it's not just one deer. There's a few different deer. So whatever it is, it's big enough to take a deer down, and they're eating there regularly. Because if you remember, Dwayne Pintoff, he found the cave and was exploring that cave long before I was, and him and his another friend of his went in there and they pulled all the bones out of it, right? And they counted all the bones and they got them out of there, all of them. They cleaned the whole thing up with all them bones. I think he said maybe a year later, all them bones accumulated back in there. So that's what my theory is, that they're up there in the top and they're eating that stuff and they're throwing the bones down off, and that's where it's getting stuck at down there. I really strongly feel that's what's going on in that cave. that they're up there in the chamber up above and they're just throwing their stuff down. I haven't talked to Dwayne in forever. I don't even know if he still watches with me not making videos in a while. I lost a lot of subscribers, guys. But I gotta get back out there and just start doing my thing. Some of the Bigfoot, they do look like, I know what you're talking about, Moon Rider. I did. But I feel like some of the Sasquatch look more men than ape, and some look more ape than men. It's like, because in one area, I'll see one that ain't got no hair on his face. And then you go over to the maze area where the newborn baby, the mom and the newborn baby, I've been watching for like 3 years. She was more ape than human. She had, her whole face was covered in hair, and every time I get a shot of her or I see her, she always had her hand over her mouth like she was covering her teeth up, and she'd hold her baby down here. And she had a wee little 4 foot dude that wasn't a Bigfoot. He looked like a chimpanzee. He looked like he was full grown, his wrinkled face, and it ran right with him, right with her. For like 3 years, I'll go in and interact with them, and they just disappeared. Like 3 years later, they just, I don't know if the baby got old enough and she went back to the tribe or what, but she stayed there in that same spot for like 3 years, and then she just disappeared. I haven't seen her since. I ain't seen none of the three since. Look like a caveman. I know that's the one these Moon Riders talking about. He did look like a caveman. He's a weird looking dude. Man, now that you guys are reminding me, it's like we had so many different encounters out there that how can somebody say that they ain't real? You walk in the woods and you see what's going on out there. I mean, just spend some time out there, see for yourself. That's what I used to tell everybody. You don't gotta believe, just go see the shit for yourself. They're out there. And they will tell you, they'll let you know eventually that they are out there. Yeah, that's the best way to put it, Sunshine. There's different breeds of them. You can tell they're different, just like us. You got the blacks, whites, Chinese, Koreans. I think there's some similar. I'm not sure. They're just different. There's different ones. I'm seeing different, completely different ones over the years. The ones in Susquehanna, now them things are more like caveman, like Neanderthal, pre-human type. Them, that was my first sighting in my life. I had no idea that these things was real until I seen that one step out into the field, and like within 2 or 3 steps, he was on the other side of the field into the woods, and I was fascinated with him ever since. I never stopped looking ever since I seen that. You've been sub since 2017. I appreciate that. That means a lot, Mid South. It means a lot, man. I don't know about that camping shit. Not in that place. I need somebody with some backup on that one. That cave is something else. That there's been a lot of times when I'm walking up on that bone cave on the other side, you'll hear something running away, like way before I even get to it. He knows I'm coming way before I get to it, because, and it happened a lot going to that bone cave. When I'm walking up to it, maybe 75 yards away, you'll hear it on the other side running down over in the same direction every single time, crashing like it's running through trees and shit. But I can't see it because it's on the other side of that boulder. I can just hear him crashing away. Like he knows I'm there before I ain't make a sound, and they know that I'm there way before I get there. Have I ever seen the black cloak demon? Nah, but I've seen some crazy things similar. Similar. Yeah, Akron. Now that you say that, black robes. Um, in this house, and I lived in Carnarville years ago. Uh, there's two things that happened. Carnarville had the Civil War come through there. There's a lot of history in Carnarville. In this old military house we lived in, it was a I forget what kind of armory place it was, but we lived in this house, and where my room was, uh, it was downstairs. We kept the room in like a dining room area, my bedroom. We turned the dining room into a bedroom, and the kids had upstairs. And I'm laying in that room. I set up cameras in the house. Like I kept hearing shit through the night, and it would wake me up. So I set up camera in the living room, facing the whole. It'll catch everything from front to back. So I set up the first night, and this freaking this dude in a hood with a robe, like a robe, black robe, with his hood up like a reaper, came in the doorway, walked through the coffee table, and cut up the steps. And that when I watched that, I sold that camera. Sold the camera. There was orbs following me around the house. You can watch it zing around the house, zing down the basement, come back up, go around. It was just crazy. Another incident, I'm laying on the bed and I woke up like I was in a twilight, and I looked in the corner of the bedroom. There was I see this round belly with this fur covering his crotch, like a beaver patch covering the crotch. I'm like, what the fuck? And I started working my way up to his head. And when I made it up to his face, he leaned in, he like clutched his fist and leaned in and took 2 steps forward. And I like threw my hands up. Oh shit. And he disappeared over top of me. The dude was solid as me sitting there. And he took a step at me, and he disappeared right over top of me. That freaked me out. I moved that bed where he was standing, so I didn't have to go through that again. Like where he was standing at, I moved the whole bed over there, and that's where I slept at. So this dude didn't show up again. It was an old, ancient, like an Indian tribal dude, round face. He had a square cut haircut. I remember like it was yesterday, man. That scared me. We didn't live there too much longer after that. Bigfoot encounter or paranormal. They're both terrorizing, man. Yeah, I've had that happen too, Miss. That's terrifying, especially in the dead of the night. You can't run out of there. Wherever you're at, you're pinned down. You got to stay there. There's crevices, holes you can fall in. Too many ways you can get killed, picked off. It's just crazy, man. Crazy. In the Ozark Mountains, and I know where they are. You remember my mom's story? The big red doors that originally took place in the Ozark Mountains at the cabin. You guys get to go back and check out the big red doors. That story blew my mind. For me to live that, man, I remember them red doors. I remember the screams coming out of them doors. Ride my big wheel out in front of there. It's screams you'll never forget. You hear them once, you'll always know. It's just something you just don't forget. That's just crazy. And then over the years, I just kept asking my mom, my gram, just what was it? Just what was in there? And then finally, my mom came out with it. My gram took it to her grave. I tried so many times to get her to talk, and don't worry about it. Just forget about it. That's all she would ever say. But check out my mom's story, the big red doors. 77. Ozark in Missouri. There's my mom. She know where it was. But all right, Bigfoot world. If for some odd reason we do make it to 10, and between now and next week, next Friday, guys, I will have a crazy ass challenge for you. Whether it's a tarantula, it definitely won't be them damn worms. It's a trip. Yeah, it was half what was it, mom? Half Bigfoot. You got to go back and check out that story. The woman got raped by Bigfoot up there in the Ozark Mountains, and they end up having a kid. It's a fascinating story. It blew my mind to actually get all the details and to hear it and to know that that is real and that I can actually go and I had plans on going down there and seeing if them red doors are still there. You know what I mean? Just go do a cover on it just to see, just to like memory lane, just to remember shit and see what's going on with it. Make it to 10. You hear that? Cross said first 10 people that hits that cash app, he gonna do the challenge with me. That's I don't know. It won't be worms. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't know if it's gonna be them worms. It's gonna have to be because I already said it. It's gonna have to be them worms. She set me up on that one. I already said the first 10. We eat the mealworms. At least I got somebody to eat it with me. Never. I'll never forget the screams coming out of that. Carl said the worms. Phew. I'll even count that one that Sherry left on YouTube. That was one. So we got 9 more to go. Some of the elders refuse to talk about it. They whisper, but they won't talk. That's. We lived out in Oklahoma, and that's all there was around us was different Indian tribes out there. I mean, everywhere. There was all Indian reservations where we lived at, and you learn a lot from them people. You see a lot, you experience so much, and that's one of the things they were saying. There was a lot of whispering, but like when the white man would ask them questions, they wasn't talking, but they would whisper amongst themselves. They passed the knowledge on to themselves, pretty much. And the sad part, I ain't gonna lie, in down in that area in Oklahoma, I was young. I was a little kid, and the reservations they get everything free. They get all the school supplies, their gas, their food, everything's free. You know what I mean? Which it should be because it's their land to begin with. But I was going in there in schools. Yeah, I'm Indian. I was getting all my shit free, my school supplies. They look at me and swear I was an Indian because I was young. I ain't had no facial hair. I got all my shit free lying. But it is what it is, man. Right? Some tequila or something. That's the only worm I was thinking about too. I think them are the worms that's in the tequila bottle. If I'm not mistaken. I ain't never ate one. Um, I can't bring myself. Yeah. The Ozark Mountains got a lot of stories coming out of that place. I've heard so many stories about the Ozarks, even way long before my mom said anything about it. There's so many different stories of cabins getting attacked, hunters in there getting bum rushed because who knows why they still had a bounty on them for $1 million. I remember I do remember something about that $1 million bounty on them. That's deep. You guys see what Sunshine said? Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. But all right, Bigfoot World, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You definitely want to stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure. This weekend, I'll probably be going out on a solo mission, see what's going on out there. And then next weekend, Carl's gonna be joining me. He'll be here taking a trip, and we're going to all the spots. So get your rest, Carl. Get ready for it. And guys, definitely hit that Cash App up. And next week's challenge, we'll count all them up for next week. If we got the 10, we'll do the most extreme. Until then, guys, stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. That means the world to me. For you guys just watching, definitely hit that bell and subscribe if you ain't subscribed. I'm trying to get back into the algorithm, and that's hard to do when I ain't even posting no videos up yet. But there's something coming. We're gonna get it together. Stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure, guys. Stay tuned.